not a good thing to have. This thing's inflamed. Who wants to be inflamed? I don't want to be inflamed. Mr. Spinal here doesn't want to be inflamed, and I'm sure you don't want to be inflamed too. Okay? And so we talked about the bulge, we talked about the herniation. Now the scary one comes. I call it fragmentation. It's literally with disc.
There we go. We are live. Good afternoon, folks. I want to make sure, can you hear me as well as the video, or can you only hear the sound of the video?
Usually it's trauma-based. And so a piece of the disc breaks off and kind of can bounce around and float in there. And so that's obvious that you're probably going to have surgery. Your body's not going to reabsorb that.
There we go. We're live. Good afternoon, folks. I want to make sure, can you hear me as well as the video, or can you only hear the sound of the video?
Either orthopedic surgeon or a neurosurgeon. Both of them can do the same type of surgeries. Now that could be a whole other discussion. That's where things can get confusing, where, you know, my problem. So we can have a later discussion on that to kind of give you at least some specific fillers. This is Average Joe PT. I bring you content to help improve your life on a daily basis. I'm a physical therapist and I've been around for quite a number of years. I don't want to give it away, but if you see my intro to the actual channel, it gives you a pretty good idea how long I've been doing this. Anyways, so I'm bringing you content all about physical therapy.
Hi, Milda. Thanks for coming. You're the first to come on in. I'm just trying to get some people going here and trying to get my video to work with my current sound. There's a little bit of a thud going on.
What's a bulge? What's a rupture? What's a fragmentation? All these different terms that can be thrown out. Or, as people will say, slip disc.
You're the first to come on in. I'm just trying to get some people going here. I'm trying to get my video to work with my current sound.
We're going to talk about what these
There's a
things
little bit of a
mean.
thud going on.
How secured should I be? What can I do in my own home to help reduce my symptoms and hopefully reduce the consequence of ever having this happen to you again? So that's what we're going to talk about today. So stay tuned. Here we go. All right, folks. So let's talk a little bit about anatomy for a second. I don't want to bore you to death, excuse me, but I at least want to get us all on the same page so we can at least figure out what's going on. So I'm going to take down Mr. Handy Dandy Spine here for a second, kind of give us a better view of what's really going on. All right, and so we're just going to look at the lower back here. So for instance, so we got our hips, or some people will call your pelvis. All right, and so if we look at the back side of someone, now someone who's really skinny, you can see these little.
So right now it looks like I got me, myself, and I in here. Let's see if we can get some more people in here. Let me go ahead and screen myself out here.
So if we turn you to the side, or turn Mr. Spiney here to the side, you've got these little green things. Now these green things are representing the nerves that come off in the spinal cord. All right, and so what's the spinal cord? Obviously, it makes us move, it makes us do everything. It sends all the signals to all parts of our body, including all organs. All right, but in the lower back, the actual spinal cord actually ends about L1, L2. It depends on the human. But really,
Let's see if we can get some more people in here. Let me go ahead and
so from that point on, you're not really dealing with a spinal cord. You're dealing with what we call the peripheral nerves. Or in this case, when it goes past L1, L2 with the cord ends, it's called the equina area. And so that just basically is a fancy term for horse's tail. So apparently, when they figured this stuff out a long time ago, long before I existed, it looked like a horse's tail, and so that's what they called it.
Hi, JJS. I'm just getting started here. I'm trying to get my sound to go also on at the same time.
What the discs really are. They're just kind of like these cushy things, all right? And they separate the body, or what we call the vertebral body, or just the spine itself, all right? And they basically are absorption. They keep things from getting pinched in the nerves on the back. So last time I also talked about these little things on the side, these little ear things, and these are called your facet joints, all right, or Z joints or zygapophyseal joints. So that kind of gives you an idea, at least from last session, if you looked at that actual video. You can go ahead and look back on the channel. I've only made a half a dozen so far, but more to come when it comes to giving you decent content, education, a little bit of fun, and hopefully getting your symptoms to calm down. But back to the story here. So when someone comes in and says they have back pain, there's a lot of places you can get it. First thing the doctor would like to do sometimes, if they can,
it's a little bit of a feedback in here. Not much I can do about that. I'll have to look that up later and see exactly where that feedback's coming from. There's a little bit of a tick going on there.
it could show signs of cancer. So it'll also, maybe the height of the bones, it'll show them if they're less or if they're more. You know, kind of gives you an idea there. But it's really all, it's not going to show you any soft tissue, no ligament damage, no tendons, no disc being quote unquote blown out or whatever. So the first thing we talk about that I said in the very beginning is what is a herniation? So an HNP or herniated nucleus pulposus. Basically, if you look at the disc is basically, if you look at it, a live disc, it looks like wet semen. That's kind of the consistency of the disc. Now, when the disc gets degenerated as we age, which is normal, it's a normal response. Degenerative disc should have never been called a disease. When it was named a long time ago, now it scares everybody to death when you hear the word disease. It's a normal process. People can have symptoms with it, or they might not have any symptoms with it. But rest assured, if you have degenerative disc disease, which a lot of people have, including myself, all right, it's not a death sentence. All right, it's a natural response. And if you do smart things and you watch my channel and you listen to me, all right, and when you do have some back symptoms because maybe that's gotten flared up, I hopefully can help you a little bit, all right? And so if we go back and look at the actual disc itself, now we talked about
So when I did this video, this disc video, way back when, I just started doing some editing, just started doing some models and stuff like that to kind of represent what I was talking about. And so this was my first real take on the spine and the disc, and actually getting a discussion from the beginning, the middle, and the end, and trying to get the educational component, not really home treatments or anything like that, but just kind of getting everybody the educational component of what my actual video or discussion was about. Got 4 in the house right now. Got cooking in at one point, JJSMX. I got Milda came in for a second or two. I know they're a busy family all the time. Hopefully y'all are doing well. I seem to be doing well so far with this stupid virus that's going around killing innocent people.
Essentially, it's going to show all the soft tissue. Unfortunately, it can show what we call in the business a false positive. And what the heck is a false positive? A false positive is where the MRI kind of shows things going on, but it's not really where your symptoms are coming from. You might have multiple disc bulges and some degenerated discs and stuff like that. And
this video also, I tried to improve the quality of the picture. I think at this point I tried to use more lighting to kind of make myself a little bit brighter. Kind of give myself some darker colors so that I could kind of the camera could pick me out a little bit better. And so the picture itself for this video wasn't bad at all. The content wasn't bad. My problem was with this is I had it facing vertical instead of horizontal, and so you really get overall quality. Video itself is just poor, just because you can't really, people are more used to seeing horizontal than they are vertical, and for some reason just the eye seems to like that a little bit better if it's more horizontal. So I did this video and then I thought I was feeding it back and trying to edit it a little bit. At this point I was just editing on my phone, and I said, oh man, I did the whole thing in vertical instead of horizontal.
started to protrude out on the nerve. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to show you this kind of, so I can get up here real close for you.
Hi, Dewana.
We also talked about stenosis too in one of my sessions.
Good evening where you're at. It's actually good morning where I'm at. So it's probably, what, probably 7, 8 o'clock at night where you're at.
But I digress. So that nerve can get irritated if that disc starts to push out on it. All right, and that's not good. That can get things inflamed and cause all these chemicals that we call histamine responses to occur and give you some symptoms. That's why sometimes a doctor will give you some steroids initially to try and get those nerves to calm down, the inflammation to calm down, and maybe make your symptoms go away. All right, and then your body kind of pulls that disc back in. All right, and then it kind of scars itself up. If you do the right things, as I show you on my channel, which is I'm always talking about not being a letter C.
6 of you in the house. I want to thank you all for coming to see me today. I did a little bit more today. I tried to put up the video with the sound and see if that would help. Unfortunately, it even adds a little bit more of a delay on the video because there's so much information going out at the same time that my camera and my internet and my computer can keep up with it, but piping it through YouTube, it slows it down. Now, I don't know if that's just because what we call bottlenecking, where you have all this information and then it goes down into the neck of the bottle and it just can't go through it all fast enough, or if this has to do with YouTube and some sort of protection where they're at least lagging behind to make sure that none of the content that's being fed to the world is you know, absurd or inappropriate or something along those lines.
They kind of can bounce around and float in there. And so that's obvious that you're probably going to have surgery. Your body's not going to reabsorb that fragmentation like your body can absorb a couple other things. It's going to do more harm than good.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Shout out everyone. Nice live stream, dear. Well, thank you so much. Yeah. I started doing last week when it was my worst week, my first weekend live for doing Sundays to kind of talk about an old video, kind of get some discussion going on in that route, why I did the video, the lack of knowledge that I had then, and obviously the thousands of times that I have the lack of knowledge now that I will probably say 4 or 5 months from now that I wish I had done it differently. But so I put up a video yesterday, and I tried to do some more transitions like I said I was going to do last weekend. I was going to put more B-roll into it. I added more of the two crazy guys, kind of creatures in my head. You know, Dr. Know-It-All and Dr. Cool Cats, and then obviously good old Scully. So I'm trying to add more of that into it, as well as adding more transitions, more After Effects, more graphics, and see how that does. Kind of playing along, putting new stuff in, and seeing if people like that content, how long they actually watch those videos for, and see if I get more positive reviews or not. So we're always a work in progress for me. I'm always trying to do some new stuff. Obviously, keep the base of what I'm trying to do, my niche, trying to, you know, treatment techniques at home, and we'll see how it goes. It's rough out here. I know you guys know it's the same where you're at. Trying to liven things up, make your stuff a little bit better, bring in some new ideas, and kind of work them out and see if people like it, see if people don't like it. Always putting yourself out there, you know, kind of like that chicken on the block, you know, is what we're really doing here, seeing if people like it or not. I got 2 in the house right now. One of them is me. Hopefully we'll get some more. I'm trying to do my lives in the morning at 10:30ish. We'll see how it goes, see if I get some more people. Otherwise, you know, I might have to start doing some lives maybe at different times on Sunday. I might be fighting with all the churches in the world doing their lives on their Facebook and everything else. That might be a good possibility. That might be a reason why. Or it could be that people just don't know me that I'm out here, or they don't care. There's always that possibility too. So this part of the video, I noticed that I think a video or two ago I had the TV and I didn't realize there was a reflection going on, and so I put a blanket over it so that people couldn't see the reflection of anywhere. It wasn't too bad. I tried to when I first started doing the exercises on the floor, kind of make it, could I make it more of a physical therapy environment, or kind of a medical environment when I do these exercises and techniques and stuff like that. And I did that for a few times, and I noticed it didn't make a difference. Well, I did it like that, or whether I showed my house and all the stuff that's in it. I try to keep, at least when I do the video, keep the distractions down, whether it's different colors or objects or stuff like that in the room that I don't want people to kind of focus on. And so I at least have gotten that far in my creativity in making videos. So this video was that I did was all about the disc and how to reduce spinal disc pain. Whether the pain in this case I was talking about coming right from a disc that goes and pushes out on the nerve and then comes back in and causes this cascade of inflammatory response, gets that nerve irritated. So that was my big premise. Obviously at the time I didn't have this nice cool little model. All I had was an older spine, and so I didn't even have this nice spine that has the nice colors and stuff with it. But there's anything that can cause inflammation along the spine, whether it's coming from the joint, or like I talked about, or the muscles, or the arthritis in the area causing inflammation in those areas. But the techniques I focused on were techniques to try and reduce inflammation and reduce that lower back radicular pain. So here I am on the floor doing some Robin McKenzie techniques, which a lot of people, thousands probably people done videos on Robin McKenzie. He was a guy that forever ago, I don't know how long he's passed away, but it's been a while. I read one of his books, been to a couple of the courses, and essentially his philosophy was I don't know how true this is. It's in his book, but I'm not sure if it was conflated or if it was inflated or conflated, however you want to talk about it. You put a person on their stomach and forgot about them, got busy doing with someone else. And when he came back, when they were still on their stomach, reported their leg symptoms were less. And so that was kind of the premise of why he came up with this extension or arching back-based program. And it's kind of evolved from that. They've done the science, they've done some MRIs, and still haven't really figured out. They talked about the jelly donut and initially in his time it was mechanically pushing out on the nerve and then doing these different positions to kind of pull the disc back in, but not really having the science or the research back then to really look at and that disc is probably moving all the time. When you're putting yourself in a certain position, you might be reducing it a little bit, but once you move into another position, it kind of pushes back out again. And so besides the structural change to the pushing on the nerve, what else is probably going on in there? And these histamine chemical responses that happen to the nerve. And then they think one of the ideas is that's possibly what's going on. That's the reason why the doctor puts you on steroids to try and dampen that inflammatory histamine response that happens when the nerve gets irritated. Give me a holler if you're still here. I think it says 2 or 3 in the house. I guess I can talk to you about osteoarthritis of the knee or some sort of tendonitis of the knee. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you like or don't like the live stream today. What they can do. So maybe I'll talk about the knee next time, maybe like a runner's knee or just some chronic knee pain. All right, and so stay tuned. I want you to keep looking for. What do you guys think about my logo? That subscribe logo. I've had it from the start. When I first came out with these videos, I didn't put it on. Obviously, 1, because I didn't know how to do it, and 2, I thought, let's just see if I do this long enough, or if I really like to do this. And so I came up with this logo, And I kept it so long, you know, I put it on shirts and stuff like that. It's kind of like my trademark at this point. I know Milda family came in for a little bit, so I know he's got me on the bell, and a couple of these people got me on the bell. But out of my 1,260 some subscribers, obviously either one of three things: either A, they're too busy; B, they're all asleep; C, they don't care; E, they too busy right now with the coronavirus and the craziness that's going on with that. So I'm going to take the loop out right now and see if we get some more people in here, and I'll throw the video back up. I unlooped it just to let it run through just to see what people would think. I think it is, somehow I gotta figure out the sound, because it definitely, when I put in my live voice audio as well as the older video playing in the system, and it gives a little bit of like feedback. So I tried messing around with the sound and audio, but I couldn't fix it too much. So it might be just because I don't know what I'm doing. 3 in the house right now. I'd move this footer out here a little bit. Anybody have any questions on the disc or anything like that? I think I'm going to loop it back up here for a minute.
This is Average Joe PT. I bring you content to help improve your life on a daily basis. I'm a physical therapist that I've been around for quite a few number of years. I don't want to give it away, but if you see the
Yeah, there's a nice, what, probably a good 30-40 seconds delay.
So I'm bringing you content all about
Just because I've upped the quality and stuff like that. Big difference.
a little bit of humor that you can do inside your home to hopefully make yourself feel a little better and get rid of the pain a little bit. So today's discussion is going to be about the spine and what's a herniation, what's a bulge, what's a rupture.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that tick background. I'll have to fix that. I'll have to go on and see if anybody's done a YouTube video in regards to what I'm trying to do right now, which I'm sure there's millions of them out there, and see if they've had the same problem with that ticking noise, which I'm sure they've had, and see if I can change the parameters to reduce or resolve that ticking noise.
What can I do in my own home to help reduce my symptoms?
But I know when I did this live last weekend and I had the video up, they were all wondering why the audio wasn't working, so at least got the audio working in both ends.
Stay tuned. Here we go. All right, folks. So let's talk a little bit about anatomy for a second. I don't want to bore you to death, excuse me, but I at least want to get us all on the same page so we can at least figure out what's going on. So I'm going to take down Mr. Handy Dandy Spine here for a second, kind of give us a better view of what's really going on. All right.
Good morning, Ernie. Thanks for coming. I got a few people here if you like to connect, if you've been connected with. I'm just kind of playing my older video that was about a disc, and the disc video and how you treat disc problems. And so I have the sound up there. You might have a little bit of a tick in the background. hopefully you can ignore that. I'm gonna probably maybe today, if I can somehow solve that problem.
And so if we turn you to the side, or turn Mr. Spiny here to the side, you've got these little green things. Now these green things are representing the nerves that come off of the spinal cord. All right. And so what's the spinal cord? Obviously it makes us move, makes us do everything. It sends all the signals to all parts of our body, including our organs. All right. But in the lower back, the actual spinal cord usually ends about L1, L2. It depends on the human, but really it stops right about there, okay? And so from that point on, you're not really dealing with a spinal cord, you're dealing with what we call the peripheral nerves, or in this case, when it goes past L1.
So I did this video also way back when. I had myself way too close to the camera. I should have had myself pulled out a little bit so you could see the bigger picture, the bigger view. And yeah, you live and learn. You know, you don't realize all the little things that you'll learn over time. You know, you watch some of these YouTube videos of people that have been doing it for years, and they talk about the things that you have to work on. And you know, you just have to keep doing it and getting your craft better. You know, it's almost by learning by doing, because people can tell you how to change it, and you start to change it a little bit, but you have to have, at least for me, I have to have this nice routine of certain things that you can figure out and pick out, and then start a new routine where the better quality is coming out, versus everybody trying to tell you, like, you know, all right, here are the 25 or 30 things that you need to do when you do a FaceTime live or when you do a video. You know, it's hard to, at least from my standpoint, to make sure you check all the boxes on the 25 or 30, whatever, you know, I'm just making up a number, whatever number that might be. So it really is just doing it, getting better at it, trying new things all the time, making sure that you're keeping your core audience engaged while you do the new things so that you don't lose your core audience. I was looking at a live yesterday with a couple of the YouTubers that have been around for, you know, they got like 400,000 and 500,000 subscribers, and the one guy was talking about where this guy's got like 400 and some thousand subscribers, and he was saying, like, yeah, out of that many subscribers, he's probably only got about 5,000 of them that actually watch his stuff, you know, incessantly. You know, he puts up a new video, they watch it. So out of 400, almost, I think it was like 420 some thousand subscribers, he's only got 5,000 that actually he can really look at and say, yeah, these people watch most of my videos. That's really bad. But then he was like, yeah, but you know, the reality is you know, he's not doing the same stuff that he did when he started out, and when he was starting those videos, he's like, I've kind of evolved and I'm doing other things. And so he's like, I've lost the interest of some of my base because I've changed. He's like, I realize that, and it's just, you know, it's a chance that you take. It's interesting that he continues to have that many subscribers versus people just like unsubscribing to him. So that's one positive in that regard. It's surprising that he keeps that base, even though there's a lot of them not watching. Yeah. I mean, Ernie, a lot of my stuff that I've changed so much. You know, obviously it was in the beginning. It was still physical therapy and stretching and strengthening techniques, but I went a different route. I added that, as well as I started doing more models, more description, more show type versus just instructional. And I think that's the route I'm going to continue to go. Is more show versus instruction. And see how that works out for me, because a lot of people are not doing show based, they're doing, at least in my realm, physical therapy and exercise based and stuff like that. They do more instructional based. I'm doing more show based, and see how that works out for me. So my videos have changed, and so when I look at what I did in the past, it's like, all right, I don't even do that anymore, because that part of my my content I don't even do anymore. So I don't even work on that part because it doesn't even exist. So.
And what the heck is a false positive? A false positive is where the MRI kind of shows things going on.
Got the 4 in the house right now. 3 or 4 in the house. Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down would be awesome. Anybody have any questions in regards to my old video or a disc problem?
And the doctor, you think the doctor's playing you off. In reality, the doctor knows that there's things called false positive in these images, and it can kind of give you an idea of, there could be something going on, or there's not. It gives us an idea where to go with your treatment. So just be mindful. If the doctor doesn't give you an MRI right off the bat, it isn't because they don't know what they're doing. Trust me, they've gone to a lot of schooling. I've gone 7.5 years myself as a clinical doctor in physical therapy. They've gone twice as long as me, all right? And so they know what they're doing. They just need to go through the steps and make sure that they're treating you and not missing any possibilities, or I call in the average Joe is falling between the cracks. All right, so that's a herniated disc. All right, excuse me, a bulge. A herniated disc is where actually the disc itself is started to
So
on the nerve. I don't know if you can see that.
we'll see if we can get some more people in here. I put out a shout out on Facebook, and I put a shout out on YouTube. You know what? Let me put a shout out on Twitter now that I think about it. Let me pull out here for a second.
Makes that canal smaller, and so the nerve can get pinched very easy. But I digress. So that nerve can get irritated if that disc starts to push out on it. All right, and that's not good. That can get things inflamed and cause all these chemicals, what we call histamine responses, to occur and give you some symptoms. That's why sometimes the doctors will give you some steroids initially to try and get those nerves to calm down, the inflammation to calm down, and maybe make your symptoms go away. All right, and then your body kind of pulls that disc back in. All right, and then it kind of scars itself up. If you do the right things, as I show you.
This is Average Joe PT. We're doing a live right now. Come and see us and get connected.
Look at how much stress you're putting on everything.
Pretty simple, right?
Like that all the time, and think that you're not irritating the joints, the tendons, and the muscles. You're over elongating all that tissue constantly, and your body weight's going down through. All right, it's not a good thing to have. This thing's inflamed. Who wants to be inflamed? I don't want to be inflamed. Mr. Spine here doesn't want to be inflamed, and I'm sure you don't want to be inflamed too. Okay, and so we talked about the bulge. We talked about the herniation. Now the scary one comes.
There you go.
I call it fragmentation.
See how that works out for us.
The disc piece breaks off, usually because of a trauma. It's not just because
R3. Thanks for coming, R3.
and that's not chronic in nature. Usually it's trauma based. And so a piece of the disc breaks off, it kind of can bounce around and float in there. And so that's obvious that you're probably going to have surgery. Your body's not
An ivory saxophone, yeah. Yeah, right. It kind of looks that way, right? Because I don't have the camera pulled enough far back, and I'm vertical instead of horizontal, so that you could actually see the hips. Yeah, I could see. Of course, it would be interesting. Those little green thingies. I guess they aren't. What do they call them? Buttons. I don't know what they are in a saxophone.
neurosurgeon for my problem, so we can have a later discussion on that to kind of give you at least some fillers and grades, see which route that you would want to go. But okay, so that's the bulge, that's the herniation.
R3, did you hit 1,000?
And then obviously sequester or fragmentation, where it's just kind of.
Hi, Sarah.
So that kind of gives you an idea of what the idea of what's going on when it comes to a bulge, a herniation, or fragmentation, or rupture. Okay. And so I'm going to go over with you just some basic exercises. All right. One of them.
Sarah, what am I using? I'm using OBS, and so I'm using it with my camera that I got probably 4 or 5 weeks. Probably 4 weeks ago now. It's a 1080p. I got at Walmart. And I got a very good internet streaming, 400 megabytes a second, as well as I got some external lighting, and so that kind of brings up the value of the video itself.
So go ahead and stay there. Maybe grab some popcorn, pause a little bit, and then you can come back and watch really what's going on.
The only problem I'm having, which is there's not much I can do about it, is there's probably a good 30-second delay, and I don't put a delay on my live streams at all, and so the delay is probably coming from the quality. I'm putting so much data information out between the sound, the picture, and then the extra video that I'm playing in the background and that sound. So there's so much data going through the system, and it's pulling back and putting a delay in, probably so it doesn't lag and freeze up on me. Yeah, I use StreamYard. The problem with StreamYard, I'm finding, is you can't do as much as you can on OBS unless you pay for it, and you only can do 20 hours per month. I don't think I'll get 20 hours per month. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I might. But unless you pay, they only let you do 20 hours of live stream or video at all per month, unless you pay. And then other than that, I think it's, I don't know what it is, 40, 50 bucks a month, something like that, for the decent package where you can put your logo. And so I pay. This is all free. OBS is free. You just have to have decent enough software and internet access so that you can run the stuff all at the same time. Thank you, R3. Yeah. As they say, merch, or I say merchandise, so that everybody's trying to make it sound fancy. But yeah, I mean, I made those T-shirts up. A wonderful lady by the name of Kamisha here in North Carolina, where I live. She made up those for me, and I probably, once this virus is all gone, I probably will have her make up some more stuff. I might make some ball caps or something like that. I'll have to see. I want to make sure that I'm not doing the same thing some people are doing, like hoodies and T-shirts and coffee mugs. I'm hopefully having one of my good friends years ago. He's a crafts guy. He actually makes clay pots and cups, and he does all kinds of art crafts type stuff. And I'm hoping he's going to make me a decent cup. He's been talking about it. I mean, he's busy like everybody else is. And so I'm hoping to get a unique cup that he can make for me, and maybe I will, how much it's going to cost me to make, or him to make, and stuff like that. Maybe I want to go that route. But all this is slowly in the works. Hi, Fly High Ireland. Nice to see ya. Yeah. I want him to make a specific one. I want him to, I told him, make one that's kind of like what my kind of stuff is. So we'll see what he comes up with. And when you go special like that, it always costs more. It's kind of a one-off. And so I got to figure, the cost of him making it and shipping it and my cost, and, and see how much can I even make it cost effective for people to purchase if they even think it was cool. Some of this stuff, no one's going to want to buy a cup for 25 or 30 bucks. That's just expensive. Unless it's really, really good. I mean, it's got to be really good. And so we're talking like some sort of ceramic type cool looking cup. And so maybe, I can get him to do something like that. For me, I just want him to make something out of the box. I don't care what it costs, honestly. I'll pay him for it. But then trying to market that to people, that's a whole other story. We'll see what happens. Worst case scenario is I'll have a really cool looking cup when he gets a chance to do it. Yeah, I think people will be more apt to buy like a cup that they can use over and over again versus a t-shirt or a polo hoodie that you can buy. You know, if you don't have your emblem on, you can buy a hoodie or whatever for probably $8 or $12 at Walmart or Target or something like that off the rack. So, you know, for someone to buy one of that stuff for $20 to $30 because it has your logo on it, and you're trying to make, you know, maybe $3 or $4 off of it. It just isn't the price. The price point just isn't there. I mean, I mean, you do what you got, what you want to do. I'm not trying to shoot anybody's hopes or dreams down, but I mean, I would think something like that, or some sort of trinket, you know, a sticker or a magnet, or something. You know, magnets are expensive. The magnet itself, so you'd have to have a magnet that would be pretty weak, but that you could, you know, put on. You know, they could put on the side of the computer or refrigerator or something like that that might have your logo on it, as well as maybe your website, you know, www. whatever it is, you know, something along those lines might be cool. And it was small, it would be cheap to make, so it's something along those lines. I think the reality of the clothing line for people is just, I don't know. I just don't think. If you want to make some money off of it, I don't think you're going to make a dime. A skull cup. Well, that's an idea. You know, I was torn when I first started doing Scully to make him. Was I going to make him serious, or was I going to make him a sideshow? You know, like you would see on the TV show, you know, your sidekick, the goofy guy, or the goofy girl, or, you know, so I went more that route, the goofy, non-serious, or the one that gets irritated, or something along those lines. That's the kind of the view, kind of slant I've given Scully here, and so I brought 2 more characters on, as if you've seen my last 2 videos, you know about them. So and bring a couple characters in and see what happens, and try that for maybe, you know, probably 10 videos would probably be good. If I do 10 solid videos and seeing exactly where my analytics are and review, you know, view time and stuff like that. And, you know, I'm doing that as more like B-roll versus, you know, putting it into the actual, you know, I want to make it part of the video, obviously, but not the entire video itself. So that's what I'm gonna do right now and see how it works out for me. But I want a good chunk of probably 10 videos of doing that, and then kind of get an idea whether it's working out for me or not. Now, yeah, when you talk about the skull thing, I was like, you know, because I don't want to get people confused with chiropractic, because that's first thing people see when they see all these bones and stuff like that. They think I'm a chiropractor. Whatever, but I'm not. That's why obviously the end of PT is a physical therapist, or physiotherapy if you're across the pond, so to speak. But I still get that confusion a lot, you know, that I'm a chiropractor. I guess because probably chiropractors advertise themselves a lot more than physical therapists do. You know, I guess that's just the business. They've had to advertise themselves more just because insurance companies have been so rigid and not paying for their services or reimbursing them for their services, so they've had to find other revenue streams, as they probably would describe it as. So this being one of them. All right, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Hopefully one or the other. You guys have any questions in regards to the old video, which was a disc, or any disc issues that you guys might be having questions about? I can go ahead and answer those if you'd like, as well as the video itself, some of that older content that I came out with. I don't remember. This is past 90 days because I went to look on the analytics, and like anything that's like 90 days or older, it basically doesn't which is, which I'm finally starting to get into because I started this adventure late November of last year. So I think like right after Thanksgiving last year in November. So I had December, January, February, March. So I got 3, almost going into 4 months of actual YouTubing, so to speak. I'm not a YouTube. I guess people say you're not a real YouTuber unless you're monetized. I don't know. I mean, the reality is people are probably making more money off of merchandise and separate connections if they have a business than they probably ever are with the advertisement that you get through YouTube, the advertisement monetized thing. Man, that's based off of 1,000 views, right? Most small YouTubers aren't getting 1,000 views on their videos. My longest video I think I have is probably, I should say longest. I should say the most I have is probably my snapping hip. I think it's like 800 something hundred views on it, and that's been out for probably 2 months. So unless you have probably 10,000 subscribers and 1,000 of them are actually watching your content, you're probably not. I mean, advertisement wise, you're not making any money off of it. You're $3, $4, $5 maybe. Hard to tell, but I wouldn't bet any more than probably that. Unless everybody that's watching your content is watching your entire advertisement, the 30-second one and then the minute and whatever 20-second one. They're watching both of those. They're all watching the entire advertisements. Then yeah, you're making more money, but most people are skipping through those. I definitely don't skip through the 29 or 30-second initial ad. I watch that. Do you guys have any thoughts or questions on your guys' videos? What kind of issues or discussions you guys want to talk about? It's always tough when you put yourself out there when it comes to your creativity. I have some fairly thick skin when it comes to constructive criticism. I'm not one of those people that kind of get mad and shy away from it quickly. So you definitely need that if you want to make yourself better at this. Oh, okay. Thanks, there, hat maker. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. She's saying here that's correct. Joe. She's been monetized for about 33 days now, so that's just a little over a month. She's made $11. Is it better than no $11 like what I'm doing? Absolutely, it's better than no dollars. That's a no-brainer. Have you had to do? Did you do an LLC yet? Ernie, have you done that? False positive is where the MRI kind of shows things going on. It's not really where your symptoms are coming from. You might have multiple disc bulges and some degenerated discs and stuff like that, and that might not be where your symptoms are coming from. So hi, Village Foods. Village Foods. Village Foods is looking for Connect with Ernie. Excuse me. We got 5 in the house. Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down if you like it or not like it. I'm showing an old video of what I did probably 2 months ago. It was regards to back and disc problems. Smart, smart. Yeah, I didn't think of that. I know that's the first thing I'm going to have to do if and when I get monetized. But for me, I'm so far off. I mean, it's 4,000 hours that I'm not even close. Um, I think I might be close to 300 hours. You know, some of these people that got like, I saw one. It was a family. This was probably 3 weeks ago, and they had been doing YouTube for maybe 3 months at the most. But they said they got monetized in 2 months. They got 4,000 hours in 2 months. I was like, what the heck? And so you can see they did a lot of live streams. It was a ton. They were like 6, 7, 8 hours just doing live streams. And so obviously someone in that family doesn't work, or I should say they don't work outside the house. And so they can do that all day long. It's kind of interesting though, because then you fall into, do you even have enough content? Do you have enough followers or loyal followers that's even going to watch the rest of your content, your creativity, to even make any money off of it? I mean, if you've only been on YouTube, like for me, 3-4 months, and I probably have, I think, 60 videos so far, something along those lines. And it's one of those things where, yeah, my content stays pretty relevant if you have a problem. Mine's in that scope, that genre. I do have that at least going for me, that my content doesn't expire. If you have a back or knee or ankle problem, it's the same treatment 2 years ago as it is today when it comes to physical therapy and the questions that you might have and treatment techniques that you can do at home to help your symptoms. So in that regard, yeah, that stuff is all the same for me. Brown Eye Trucker's in the house. Hi, Brown Eye. I have to make Brown Eye Trucker a moderator. She's been loyal as they come right along, And you guys need to watch some of her stuff. It's really good. She has narrowed the graphics part of her video something fierce, and she realizes the tempo of the video. At least this is from my perspective. I mean, who am I? I'm no different than you guys are when it comes to it. This is just my observation when I watch her stuff. She's definitely got, at least from my point of view, she's got the tempo down. She's got the editing pretty good. I gave her what I would think would be kind of cool is if she had some sort of sidekick with her, like I have Scully, or if she started doing it, maybe a cheap drone aerial view, where she's located that day, and that might be some of her B-roll in her actual video, saying, hey, today on Brown Eye Truckers, we're in wherever she's at, and there might be a nice little aerial view, nice little 5 or 10 second clip, and then it comes to her. Maybe she might be having the camera out there and she's driving into wherever she's at, and then it kind of shows her coming out of the cab, and then that might be her intro. Today we're going to talk about something on Brown Eye Trucker, whatever it is. So we want you to stick around and watch this or something like that. If I was in that niche, that's what I would be doing, kind of like having multiple B-roll. B-roll would be the aerial view. B-roll would be you watching the truck coming into the dock. The next B-roll might be her coming out of the truck itself, and then going into whatever content you're doing that day. That would just be my thoughts. I got 6 in the house right now. Woo! Thumbs up, thumbs down. Bring it up, bring it on. So I did the sound on this older video. My problem is though I think I'm getting a little bit of feedback, even though I've dampened and put a little lag into the second video. It's still not enough. You're getting kind of like a little. there's a little bit of a tick. If I don't continue talking during the live, that background ticking noise kind of comes in too. So I gotta figure out how the heck to get rid of that second audio ticking noise or whatever it is. I might not be able to. I have no idea.
Exercise number one is just as simple as this. You're just going to lie down on your stomach.
Yeah, music is key there, Brown Eye. And trying to find music that no one else has. Now I use, you can look at almost any of my videos that has my music on it. I use bensound.com or whatever it's called. It's the free one that has a lot of stuff on it. That is free. And I know when I use my Adobe editing, I cut up the music itself, and so I'm not using like the one part. If it comes up with a loud crescendo, kind of boom, like that really quick, I'll go ahead and I might cut and splice that and put that part in. So kind of leading up to some sort of big event going on. I'm trying to do some of that and see how that works out. Because yeah, sound is everything. I mean, just look at any movie. I mean, it's all about sound, music, and graphics. I mean, just look at the behind the scenes of those Avenger movies or the Marvel movies. Those actors look like they're stupid until they put in all the After Effects, the color, the music, the extra sounds that they do. I mean, without any of that other stuff, they look like a bunch of silly people hanging on wires, half of them wearing green. Oh,
It should not give you any pain in your butt or down your legs or crazy numbness. If it does, stop doing these and you need to follow up with your doctor. Alright? The third and final one, maybe if this is really starting to improve after about a week, your leg symptoms are much better, you're going to go and do maybe a press up. Keep your belly button nice and flat on the surface and then come down and relax. You're going to try like 10 or 15 of those. You should have pressure in your lower back.
there you go. Yeah, I think it's called Ben Sounds. You can just type it in Google, Ben Sounds free music, and it should come up. I think that's what it's called. And there's a lot of video music in there that it's all free. I mean, you can use it. It's not copyright or anything like that you have to worry about getting a copyright strike. They do like you to put in your actual description or comment bensound.com, free music or whatever, and that's what I do in my videos, so I at least give them credit. I think at some point, once I get monetized, I think I'm going to start buying the paid music part of it, and which is really cheap. You can do a monthly fee of like, I don't know what it is. It's not $12-15, but then you get like their huge catalog that they're always updating music-wise. And when you start getting in different kinds of music, I think that makes a big difference. I mean, you could have a crappy video, but if your music's really good, people will stick around just to listen to the music.
This is basically free information, all right? It's not the only information. Make sure you're following up with a professional. This is extra information for you, so that way you don't have to log through the internet and try and dive and find out the information yourself. You come to my channel, Average Joe PT.
Yeah, you just gotta. I know people have a tendency when I listen, especially the video log stuff. Man, they have that music so loud when it comes on, and it's like so repulsive. So you gotta be mindful. I actually, God, I can't remember who it was, but when I was looking into editing and studying it, and still continue to studying it, and video and camera views and stuff like that, and still studying that and watching people do it and watching YouTube videos on it to try and get better at it. There's a guy that came on that talked about modifying your background music, and so that's what I did. So I use Adobe Premiere Pro, and you can go ahead and change a lot of the sound, and so that's what I did. I can change the decibels, I can change a whole bunch of stuff within the sound itself, and so that's how I make my background music sound soft but still loud compared to my vocals themselves. It's huge. It makes a big difference versus just having that loud music in the background and all you've done is turn down the volume. You actually have to manipulate the sound itself so that you can have it louder and still not feel like your ears are being blown away. It make and breaks your video, I think. Oh, thank you, Ernie. Thanks. Hi, Average Joe and everyone. New subscriber here, first time watching. Flint, Michigan Gaming, thank you so much. Let's see if I might be already a subscriber to you. I am Flint, Michigan Gaming. I'm already a subscriber to you. And so, yeah, that happens a lot where I subscribe to a bunch of people and I watch their videos and stuff. I usually give people at least a couple weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. If I haven't seen you in 2 or 3 weeks as a new subscriber, then a lot of times I leave you on there. But I know the ones that's like 3 months ago, and I haven't heard from them, I delete them. You know, if I haven't seen you or heard from you from 3 months, that's just stupid. You know, I want subscribers that, you know, I realize you're busy, but you know, 6 or 8 weeks I haven't heard from you. Yeah, it's probably about time. And I know a bunch of them. YouTube, when I went on there, basically told me to delete them because they've been inactive so long. So I had even one of them that deleted their channel. Like there's a guy on there I saw Friday, 4 lottery or something like that. I think he's a scratch off guy, and he put up a video and said that someone hacked his account and deleted a lot of his videos. And this guy was serious. This was no April Fool's. I felt so bad for him. 4 scratch lottery, something like that. He had like almost 3,000 subscribers. He had 2.6 subscribers, so he was getting up to 3K. And I think he was trying to get monetized. I think he was probably really close. And somehow someone hacked his account and deleted half of his videos and lost a lot of his content. And I think he had a lot of it on the phone. He never backed it up on a hard drive or anything like that. And so he basically said he was quitting and he might come back in a month or 2 or might delete completely. So I felt really bad for him. So make sure you guys have a long enough password that you have. You have numbers, you have symbols, you have uppercase and lowercase. So, and also backup, get a hard drive. Like I have a 1 terabyte hard drive backup. Make sure you're putting your videos on that, so God forbid it gets hacked or gets deleted, or another platform comes up. Let's say like YouTube kind of gets filled in a year or so, and there's another platform that comes up. Who knows where Facebook's going to go with this new live platform, or Instagram or TikTok. Keep those videos, man. That's your hard work, and you can go ahead and sift that into another platform in a year or 2. Knows a year or 2. So make sure you guys are keeping your videos and you're downloading them onto another disk drive somewhere. All right, so that's word to the wise right there. You don't want to be one of those people like that poor guy was. I felt so bad for him. I really did, because I would be crushed too if all my stuff was gone. I mean, this is freaking hard work. All the time learning, then getting your craft as good as you can, putting out the content, sticking your neck out there to have everybody either nay or yay your content. It's always people that don't make any content, but or I call the keyboard people, or the courageous behind the keyboard and the computer that talk about your content. Oh, this stuff sucks, and they've never done anything in their entire life. So, I mean, make sure you back up your stuff. It doesn't cost. I mean, in relative speaking, if you get a terabyte hard drive, I don't know what they are, maybe $100, $150 at the most. I mean, when you talk about if your stuff got deleted, all right, someone hacked your account and you had it all on that terabyte hard drive, that video, and you can just upload again and with a new password. Trust me, that $150 that you spent on that hard drive will be well worth its weight in gold if you had 5 or 6 months of videos on there, content on that terabyte. You'll be thanking yourself that you bought that stupid terabyte hard drive and put your videos on there. Don't leave them on a phone. Don't leave them on your main computer or whatever. Okay, make sure you have your main hard drive, and you have a slave or whatever they call it, slave hard drive.
So an HNP or herniated nucleus pulposus. Basically, if you look.
Oh, hi 40 drives in the house. Oh, I got Dang, I didn't even see this. I got 11 people in the house. Hi, everyone.
Now, when the disc gets degenerated as we age, which is normal, it's a normal response. Degenerative disc should have never been called a disease. When it was named a long time ago, now it scares everybody to death when you hear the word disease. It's a normal process. People can have symptoms with it, or they might not have any symptoms with it.
All right, I got 40 Entrepreneur here, Drive. She's a new subscriber. I'm currently playing her video. Ooh. She talks about business. Oh, she's got nice. I'm gonna come up real close.
My budding voice career. Check out kenyasvoice.com.
This girl's real sick. She's got nice sound. That's a nice soundproof room you got there, girl. Man, that is solid. Nice job. Oh, she's solid. She's cute too. Good for her. Man. All right. I subscribed. I rang the bell. Bell's on, girl. That's really good. Nice job. Damn.
It's when you actually start to have symptoms. So
She's solid.
all right, when the doctor is trying to figure out really what's going on, and you haven't gotten better with what we call conservative therapy services or treatment, whether it be acupuncture or physical therapy or a fitness trainer or a chiropractor, or you're going to try and get an MRI and see what's going on. Why the heck isn't this person getting any better?
See right there, when you see these people that just works really hard, I mean, that really pushes you forward. All right, and then you can kind of like, all right, this is where I need to take some of my stuff. I need to take my videos towards that sound. That's sound. She's got a nice soundproof room. You know, I have this wall here that I use so I don't echo at all. So that's the reason why I stay in this part. And I do use Adobe Premiere Pro to offset some of the sound too. That I dampen my sound to make it a little bit lower bass and stuff like that. So when I do my videos. Well, thank you, 40 Entrepreneur Drive. Yes, I definitely need the watch time. I appreciate anything that you guys do. I think, like I said earlier, I think I only have like 300 hours or something like that. You know, I think I have like 60 videos, and I'm doing more lives, but yeah, it's one of those things where I'm just kind of chugging ahead and see how close I can get to those 4,000 hours. So, oh, got Pop Sid Y2 here. Shout out to everybody. Oh, 40 Entrepreneur says, I've got a long ways to go. That's my home studio for my voice-over gigs. I don't work from there anymore, but that's my setup. I want to do narration for audibles so that whether my professional microphone is set up. I do most of the live streams from the different room, though. Okay. Yeah, that's solid, though. I could see you got a really nice, soft voice. I could see how, like, listening to you talking about, you know, whatever you're narrating. Yeah, you definitely got that kind of solid voice. It's really good. I mean, wish my voice was that good. You can't have everything. I got 8 people in the house right now. At one point, I think I had 10. So this video I put on is an older video, if you guys don't know, that I did about 2 months ago. I was talking about a disc and ways to treat a disc problem. You know, proper sitting like I wasn't doing there for a second. Exercises where you're on your stomach. That's a McKenzie-based, Robin McKenzie-based program, I should say. And he's got a whole program that you can actually be certified in if you wanted to be. I've been to a couple of their courses over the years. I use it in my treatment, especially for anybody who's got radicular or radiating symptoms into their back or hips or down their legs. So that's kind of like a no-brainer, no-go, a no-brainer go-to type of technique that we do nowadays. But when I did this video way back when,
Talk about the herniation. Now the scary one comes. I call it fragmentation.
oh, thank you for the entrepreneur. Boy, that's, ha, if I had a good voice, maybe I could enunciate. Well, thank you so much. I try. I know I have a loud voice because everybody at my job says I talk too loud. Of course, it could be just because I'm going deaf, which I don't think I am, but I think I just have a loud voice. Radiating sounds painful. Yes, radiating symptoms or ridiculous. Yeah, so radiating symptoms is something that's like referred to from another spot. So let's say you have a kidney pain or kidney infection, it might radiate into your back, or if you have a heart problem, it's radiating into your arm. Versus radicular symptoms is something that's coming from a nerve impinging past the proximal point. So let's say it's a back issue and it's impinged nerve and it's passing the knee joint or into the foot or ankle, like a sciatic symptom. And so that treatment technique that I'm showing in this old video is based off of a disc nerve sciatica symptom. And so, excuse me, that's where I was going to with that.
Where it's just kind of popping out there. All right, so that kind of gives you an idea of what the
Okay, Kenya or Kenyai? Probably Kenyai or Kenya? Probably Kenya. I'm so sorry. I'm awful with names. That's why my name is Joe, J-O-E. Well, technically Joseph. Of course, if my mother's ever watching or my dad, it's Joseph if I'm in trouble. But I go by Joe, so it's pretty simple, J-O-N-E. R3 is doing the dab picture. My younger daughter does that all the time. She's way better at it than I am. Got 9 in the house. Go ahead and connect if you like. If you have any questions in regards to a disc or a back problem or this old video that I have playing, this old video I hadn't done Adobe After Effects yet. I hadn't even touched it. And that took me to even remotely start to understand that program. Probably took me a solid 2 weeks to understand the basics of Adobe After Effects. And I mean, you specialize specifically in that. There's people that's all they do. That's their career. And so I've been dabbling in it probably the last, 6 weeks or so, starting to continue to understand it. Understanding also that my computer sometimes won't even run some of that cool stuff. And I have a fairly fast computer. It's got a high graphics card. I don't know what it is, 2 gigs or whatever graphics card. And my sister-in-law knows about all that stuff. I know just enough to get myself in trouble with that computer stuff. I don't know. Obviously, she's a professional in it. I'm not. And so some of that stuff on Adobe's After Effects I can't even do. My computer's not fast enough, and it's some really cool transitional stuff that I'd love to be able to do. So maybe next year down the road, I'll be able to try some of that stuff if I kind of put some upgrades into my computer. I'm running out of fluid. I'm going to need to go get something really quick here. So let me go get a water. All right, folks. I'll be right back. Keep you guys connected. Sorry about that, folks. Gotta keep the vocal cords lubricated. Yeah, because of how much, and I've talked about this probably half an hour ago, how much data I'm probably pushing through the system so that it doesn't lag. It's putting probably like a 20 or 30 second lag on everything.
And I want you to do this several times a day. All right, stay away from that sitting. This is going to help break up that sitting position. The next phase you want to do, all right,
My account is private, so y'all can't see me, but I'm taking time to leave comments. I'm there. Oh, okay. Thank you, Brian Trucker. Yeah, probably brighter colors like red, blue. Blue makes my eyes pop out a little bit more. I probably should get a couple more blue shirts. Gray and stuff like that kind of washes my pale skin out. I'm starting to get a little bit of a tan. I was out mowing the lawn the last couple days. Had to go out and weed whack a little bit more today and spray all the fire ants. Oh, thank you, Ernie. That's very nice of you. Says, now that slow momentum has made us ours, I have a browser window for you. I'm hitting your playlist and helping you out. That's very sweet of you. Thank you so much. That's very nice of you there, Ernie. Ernie the hat maker. Brown Eye Trucker says, Joe and y'all, last video I was loving the house shoes. Yeah, the house shoes. Yeah. That's weird. Now my video is, my camera's a little faded here a little bit. I look like I'm behind a screen here. Let's see if I shut out and shut back in. Here we go. Symptoms that seem to not reduce. What I mean by that, you don't seem to decrease. Your symptoms don't seem to improve. Boy, R3. These aren't appropriate for you. Blue and black. As always, don't forget, put some comments. That's okay, 40. I might talk a little bit about either the foot. Yeah, my camera's a little cloudy. Hit the subscribe button and hit the bell. What's that all about? Content's coming, like I said, it's going to be coming 4 or 5 times a week. And like always, look up and keep smiling. This is Average Joe PT. I bring you content. All right, I'm going to do a camera reset here for just a second. If you see my intro to the actual channel, it gives you a pretty good idea how long I've been doing this. Anyways, so I'm bringing you content all about physical therapy, fitness, education, and a little bit of humor that you can do inside your home to hopefully make yourself feel a little bit better and get rid of the pain a little bit. So today's discussion is going to be about the spine and what's a herniation. What's a bulge? What's a rupture? What's a fragmentation? All these different terms that can be thrown out, or as people will say, slip disc, degenerated disc. I have DDD, degenerated disc disease. So today we're going to talk about what do these things mean, how scared should I be, what can I do in my own home to help reduce my symptoms and hopefully reduce the consequence of ever having this happen to you again. So I didn't like that. Did not like that at all. Here we go. Doesn't want to refresh my camera. Let's talk a little bit about anatomy for a second. I don't want to bore you to death, excuse me, but I at least want to get us all on the same page so we can at least figure out what's going on. So I'm going to take down Mr. Handy Dandy Spine here for a second, kind of give us a better view of what's really going on. All right.
And so we're just going to look at the lower back here. So, for instance, so we got our hips, or some people will call your pelvis, all right? And so if we look at the back side of someone, now, someone who's really skinny, you can see these little protrusions out the back. Now, these are called your spinous processes, okay? Don't really need to know all that, but at least it kind of gives us a frame of reference of what we're talking about. And so if we turn you to the side, or turn Mr. Spiny here to the side, you've got these little green things. Now, these green things are representing the nerves that come off of the spinal cord, all right? And so what's the spinal cord? Obviously, it makes us move, makes us do everything. It sends all the signals to all parts of our body, including our organs.
Okay, I'm audio, but I'm not.
In the lower back,
I'm not video.
Spinal cord usually ends about L1, L2. It depends on the human, but really it stops right about there. Okay, and so from that point on, you're not really dealing with a spinal cord. You're dealing with what we call the
Aha! Gotcha.
When it goes past L1, L2 with the cord ends, it's called the equina area, and so that just basically is a fancy term for horse's tail. So apparently, when they figured this stuff out a long time ago, long before I existed, it looked like a horse's tail, and so that's what they called it. But it sure sounds funny in another language. Anyways, so let's go ahead and just talk about the disc. Now, I talked about last time on just chronic back pains what the discs really are. They're just kind of like these cushy things, all right? And they separate.
Let's see how that works for us. Now I gotcha. Woo! That was, boy, that's telling you, this OBS can be tricky I partially know what I'm doing. I don't know everything. And that's what makes it complicated. So I got 8 in the house right now. Thank you there, Miss 40. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yes, you can see me.
That actual video, you can go ahead and look back at my channel. I've only made a half a dozen so far, but more to come when it comes to giving you decent content, education, a little bit of fun, and hopefully getting your.
I got popsicle. I like how you put popsicle. That is really cool. Got 7 in the house right now. 13 thumbs up. That's not bad. I have a love-hate relationship with OBS. Yes. Brown Eye Trucker would tell you, when I first started to do lives, I didn't know about StreamYard. And so I had to go to StreamYard because my OBS would not work. I had reduced all the extra stuff that was going on my computer and pushed all my extra power to the video. And still I couldn't get, and I reduced the camera to like 720. Then I went down to like 400, whatever it is, frames per second. And it was really crazy. I would get the sound that would work, but then my camera would constantly freeze up. I just wasn't getting enough internet speed. So all I could say is when you're on Wi-Fi, and my Wi-Fi was like 60 to 80 megabytes per second, it still wasn't enough for basic OBS to run. So I had to go and get an Ethernet and just plug it into the back of the computer. And once I did that, it was like night and day. I could run OBS. OBS is not, at least from my standpoint, will not run on Wi-Fi. Even if it's a good Wi-Fi, like mine was 60 to 80 megabytes per second Wi-Fi, it does not like to run on Wi-Fi. Hi! We got Miss World in here. Hi, Miss World. Safri's World's here. Go ahead and connect if you want to. So that's cool. All right, go and connect. I'll be right back.
So when you go and you get an MRI, all right, when the doctor is trying to
We're back.
And so that MRI can do a couple things. Okay?
That's right. Thank you. Entrepreneur. 40 Entrepreneur Drive. See, I got it now.
Unfortunately, it can show what we
Thumbs up. That's right. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Either or. I don't. Well, I do care. I hope it was thumbs up, but thumbs down. You know, at least I know that you at least thought about the content for half a second, whether you thought it was stinky or not. But any questions about the old video? A couple of things I really messed up on right off the bat and didn't realize it until after I was done. Is I probably should have did it horizontal and not vertical. I should have been further away from the camera. I did realize that my monitor was giving me a reflection, and so I started tilting that up at least for the several videos. But then I thought, you know, why don't I put my logo on there? So that's what I started doing. So now when you see my videos, I always have my logo on there that I have on my t-shirt, and that you see up in the corner there. That's kind of like the logo that I made up myself when I first started YouTubing. And so that's what I have when you watch my video, at least probably on the computer or tablet. I don't think you can see it on your phone, which I wish they would fix where, you know, that button would work, subscriber button would work whether you're on your phone or whether you're on your computer or your tablet, that where that subscriber button does work. That would be cool if they did it on your phone, because a lot of people watch this stuff on their phones. So I don't know if because these phones nowadays are more than powerful enough to make that subscriber icon, your picture or whatever, to be an active subscriber button. I don't know why they don't do that.
That stenosis is where the arthritis kind of gets in there, makes that canal smaller, and so the nerve can get pinched very easy. But I digress.
Yeah. You know, I do mine more of a show. No, some of the subscribers out there are more video vloggers, I should say. And I can see how it might make sense to change it up for them. I just don't like the black borders on the sides where it really, you know, I guess that might be cool if you did it horizontal and had the black borders above and below. That would make you look like, you know, back, you know, in the movie days. That would be kind of cool to look at it like that. But yeah. Anyways, at least for me, it just doesn't flow for my content. Anyways, probably some content it probably would look awesome. It's just for me, it doesn't look right. Yeah, I also noticed that too. Absolutely, that the pattern really started messing things up. You can see how it made it. If you stared at the pattern on the video on my shirt, it really does give kind of a weird after effect going on there with people's eyes. So yeah, I did stop wearing patterns that you can see in probably, as obviously today, as well as a lot of my newer videos. Probably the last 5 or 6 videos are pretty decent. This last video, I added more of that B-roll stuff in. We'll see how that works out. I added more After Effects stuff in. We'll see how that works out. I want to make it so that the After Effects is actually complementing the video, not just, you know, doing it just because I can sake. So that's one thing that I'm trying to avoid, is just throwing so much stuff in there that's like, you know, it's distracting. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, she's 40 Entrepreneur says, mostly wear my channel t-shirts or a solid color. Of course, since my t-shirts are green, I'll never be able to use a green screen. But oh yeah, green screen. Well, I guess it didn't have to be green. I guess you could do a blue screen. You know, something other than yours, other than the color that you're wearing. So that, well, that'd be cool if you wore green. If you wanted to show, you know, like it would make part of your body invisible, because that's how they do all those effects that you see on TikTok and all these other ones. It's all green screened, or fancy editing cuts where they're cut before and cut after, splice the two together on Adobe Pro or some other high-tech video programming, and to be able to show like a cool video. I mean, that's what a lot of those guys and girls are doing.
should be going to the doctor immediately. Okay, and
Well, thank you about the lighting. Yeah, I try. It's because this is white, you know, and unfortunately all my videos still cast a shadow a little bit, no matter how bright I make that to kind of offset the shadow in the room. I'd have to make the background, which some people have done. They've put like foam gray or foam black background, or blue or whatever to make it so that you're not casting a shadow, and also dampen the sound so your sound sounds a little bit better. I haven't really decided what I want to make my studio when I kind of get to that point. And I don't know if I'm going to do that at probably 5 or 10,000 subscriber mark, because that's kind of like I'm going to have to change part of the room. I don't know if I'll keep myself in this current arena that I'm in here, or if I'm going to change up a different room and make that more of my YouTube video environment. I haven't gotten there yet. I haven't thought about it enough, but I know at some point I'm going to have to. Do you follow Scott Feichter? He talks about the importance of painting with light. The blue light on the desk is a nice touch. Yeah, I didn't follow him, but I followed other people that talk about accent lighting and stuff like that. You know, and making your room more of a, you know, studio view or studio background and lighting and stuff like that. Yeah, I haven't gotten to that point. I just know that my content is more moving. I don't want to be behind a desk so much. I want my characters to come to life, so I have to, when I make my studio, so to speak, or when I get to that point, I want to make sure I have enough room that I can kind of showcase everything, and also maybe have certain points. You know, one part of it being where I would do my treatment techniques. I want to kind of think outside the box where I want to have Scully and how I want to animate him. And at some point, I do want to make him an animatronic. I want to make him actually live, that you can actually interact with him live stream or live at the time. And so there are different skulls and different things out there that I can do that with that are out there. They're just fairly expensive. I got 6 people in the house right now. Do you guys have any thoughts, any questions besides beautiful 40 talking? This Brown Eye Trucker here. So I was also thinking, besides if you're there or if you're not, is on some of your videos, if you could somehow, and I want to make this so it's easy, because you know you could come up with all kinds of grandiose ideas of how to make your content, but you want to make your content the way you want to, and you got to respect people for that, and you want to make this stuff so it isn't so out of the box that no one could do it, or do it, you know, without, you know, making like a leap of hard work for it, because we want to make this fun too on top of everything else. We want to make this quote unquote a labor of love, and that's really what this is for me, is a labor of love. How could you? I know the one guy does his, what's Ralph Truckers, that I watch some of his stuff. He's actually branching out away from that and doing like lotto tickets, or he was 2 or 3 weeks ago. Since he drives around the whole country, he's doing like lotto tickets from each state that he goes through. So he's gonna have a nice niche when it comes to that. Of course, there's a lot of people that do scratch offs, but he's trying to get away from just doing live streams, because I think he's starting to realize that there's a ceiling with those live streams, and you might have subscribers and stuff like that, but you don't have any video content. You know, you got the live stream video, when that goes up. But a lot of people want to watch a show or want to watch content where they want to do it because they want to be entertained. They want to do it because they want to learn something, or something, you know, entertain, be laugh about, or something that's serious or funny or scary. You know, you have some people that I watch that they're kind of doing like these paranormal, or they're doing these kind of like scary type shows type thing that's going on. I think people are starting to realize you got to make your content show based. You know, some of these video logs are even starting to go more towards video logs slash show slash you know, how to make your content a little bit better. I see a lot of video vloggers doing that kind of stuff, trying to you know, how do you make your content better, kind of scripting stuff. So I haven't really put myself out there yet because I want people to value my work and not say, oh, you got subs because you're a girl or something crazy. But eventually, once I have true subscribers, I will be more visual, maybe around 700 subscribers. Yeah, I mean, like I'm doing, and I'm sure like if everybody's doing that's trying to perfect their craft, you know, and trying to just get better at it, is, you know, putting new stuff out there, a little bit of something new each time, and doing that for a little while, like 5 or 10 videos, which is what I'm trying to kind of my benchmark, and see how well people are connecting with that kind of new stuff that you're doing. I'm not going to know how this... I know Scully's definitely made my content better. People are watching it longer. People are commenting about the skull and how I do that kind of stuff. So I know that has made my content better. When I first did the first couple ones with him, people were like, that's kind of silly. What are you doing that for? Kind of. But when you do start doing it more and making it a little bit better, making it more interactive with the content, people start to come around. And so that's definitely made my content better. And I'm sure when I make him an animatronic, that's probably going to even do better than I would suspect not to do better. And now we'll see what these other two bozos that have come up with is, you know, Dr. Know-It-All and Dr. Cool Cats. We'll see what those two characters do. I've done it twice now. We're going to try 8 more times, 8 more videos, and see how that works out. We'll see where it goes from there. If it does really well, I'm going to keep bringing those two bozos in and keep going more with that. And if it doesn't, I'll stop doing that and try something else for 5 or 10 videos. And that's really what we got to do. And kind of work with that within your kind of baseline content of what you do, which is obviously, for me, it's physical therapy techniques and home treatments that you could do to reduce your pain, whether it's that chronic pain or whether it's post-surgical, which is what this last total hip replacement was about, was post-surgical kind of content. So there's, you know, it's just kind of, that's what I'm doing. We'll see how it works out.
Let me take down Mr. Handy Dandy Spine here for a second, kind of give us a better view of what's really going on. All right, and so we're just going to look at the lower back here. So, for instance, so we got our head.
That's right, 40. I mean, that's right, girl. You better use what you got. This platform has so much competition, you need to use everything to your advantage. Boy, isn't that true. If you're blessed with great equipment, use it. Ha ha ha. If you're blessed with charismatic personality, use it. And if you're blessed with good looks, use it. Obviously, yeah. Yeah, if you're blessed with connections, yeah. That's how I saw a couple people. How to make 1,000 subscribers in one day. Well, yeah. No, I mean, unless you're already a you know, superstar, yeah, you're not going to get it. You know, I'm not going to say you're not. That's kind of a. It's going to be very difficult to get 1,000 subscribers in one day, unless you have a different platform that you're already bouncing from. Let's say you have 300,000 friends on TikTok or Snapchat or any of these other or Facebook. Yeah, if you have a lot of people on that, it's easier to pull them onto your new platform on YouTube and get 1,000 subscribers in one day. I guess you really could say you're cheating the system because you really didn't get new subscribers in one day. They were your current followers on another platform, and all you did was pull them onto YouTube's platform. And so you really didn't get 1,000 new subscribers.
And they separate the body or
Yeah, exactly. If you're already, some sort of sensation on another platform, a social platform, then you can already generate that onto something new. I think Gary Vee talks a lot about that. Yeah, I mean, there's Brown Eye Trucker. There's tons of data out there that talks about where you have to put your face out there, um, and to actually get people. There's tons of analytical stuff, psychological stuff, and talks about putting your face out there. People are more apt to subscribe to your channel and watch your stuff if they actually can see you throughout it versus not seeing. Let's say I just showed Scully, or I just showed a model the whole time and all you heard was my voice in the background. You're going to be less apt to watch that video at all than you would a talking skull or me pointing at something throughout the whole time and you never saw the connection with my face. I mean, just think about that for a second. That's just the facts of life. We're human beings, and humans connect visually with other humans, and so you have, if you want to do this and do this right at any level, you definitely need to put your face out there. You probably will double your subscribers in 3 or 4 weeks, if not sooner, if you probably do that, Brown Eye. You're probably going to go from 300 something to probably 900 or 1,000 in less than a month if you do that, because you already have content. You already have a subscriber base. 300 is a subscriber base. That's, it's not 1,000, it's not 10,000, but you got a subscriber base there. And I talked to you guys in the past, and I've done a bunch of studies, read studies on it, and listened to other YouTubers and looking at how many subscribers that they have versus how many people are watching their content. It's like less than 10%. I mean, I've watched people that got 10 and 100,000 subscribers, and it's a 1 to 10 ratio. If you have 10,000 subscribers, you probably have between 500 and 1,000 people watching your stuff. If you have 100,000 subscribers, you might have 1,000 people or maybe 2,000 people watching your stuff. Excuse me, or that many views. It really is. It's a dog eat dog day.
The other thing is if you have a bulge, sometimes you'll say I have a disc bulge.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of people are using bots to pad their subscribers, and the only thing that's doing really is wasting your time, because if you're looking at getting commercial or getting this, any type of financial, money at all, monetary at all, whether it's $11 like that sweet lady said earlier. She's been doing it for 30 some days and she's got $11 and something. You're just wasting. It's just silly. I'm not sure what you're trying to prove. If you're padding yourself, you're not making any money. You could probably just go to work and make as much money or more than you are spending your time having people pad your account. Sooner or later, YouTube's gonna get a newer, an analog system, or not analog. Get a better bot or better analytical system and just wipe them all out. It might happen in 6 months, it might happen a year from now, and all of a sudden they've washed all those fake subscribers out. Poof, they're gone in a blink of an eye. And they're probably going to ban your channel and all your stuff, so all your hard work is flushed down the drain. So you're unfortunately really only hurting yourself.
So be mindful of that when you get these MRIs and you think the doctor's playing you off. In reality, the doctor knows.
40 and Brown are saying, basically there are people out there that are doing that. I've learned on my journey your family and friends won't support you, but the subscribers who don't know you will ask for more from you. Yes, that is so true, Brown Eye. Yes, when I first got into this 3 or 4 months ago, it was family and friends. I obviously still have some of my family still watching some of this when they get a chance. But my wife don't even watch half of my stuff. So, and I got, a bunch of my friends, from work and co-workers and stuff like that. They'll watch some of it if it pertains to them. But otherwise they don't. Yeah, it's complete strangers. Yep, absolutely. I wholeheartedly get the same exact thing there, Brown Eye.
That's a herniated disc.
And 40 is saying, my point is assets to make your best of channels because the platform is already skewed a lot of ways. Yeah. Yeah, I think YouTube is going to be fixing those skews too. I think it's just a matter of time. Or they'll make it where you have to have, 5,000 subscribers and you have to have, 10,000 hours. I mean, they'll make it to where, and then they'll wipe all those skews out, and just delete them all. 40 says, I know the feeling, trucker. All I did was ask my family to give some watch time when they can, and they hem and haw about not really being into YouTube that much. Yeah, yeah, that's so true, right? Yeah, they all hem and haw about it. Yeah, as much, if you figure I have 60 videos, and a lot of them, I bet you probably half of them are probably at least 8 to 10 minutes. Yeah, I probably could have 4,000 hours by now if I had just my family and friends watch my video. Absolutely. And I'm at maybe close to 300 hours. So yeah, definitely don't, like usually, don't depend on your family to watch your stuff. It'll probably, besides my loved ones, my close-knit people that gave birth to me and stuff like that will watch my stuff. But yeah, a lot of them won't. I guess you have to expect that. Because they're not looking at it, they're looking at you in a different light. And they have a completely different perception and perspective of how you are. And it's the same way with me. For me as a clinician, as a physical therapist, as a doctor in this degree, some people perceive me as that. And that's all they look at me as. And I have to be mindful of that. I've learned over the last probably 4 or 5 years that depending on what arena that I'm currently talking in or talking to people-wise, I have to watch what I say because they take that as gospel and they take that, and they should, when I'm talking about my profession itself, as me as I'm a specialist in that particular environment. And then if I talk like that with family members, I call it the diaper syndrome. I think Dave Ramsey came up with it, or I heard it from Dave Ramsey anyways. He's a big guru, financial guy, Christian guy. And he talks about, the diaper syndrome, where if someone's changed your diapers, they're probably never going to listen to a word you said. Brown Eyes talks about as soon as you start making money, they all ask for the YouTube money. They didn't want to help you out in the beginning. Boy, isn't that true? Yeah. It's kind of like winning the lottery, or if you get a big windfall somehow, all of a sudden your friends and family that you never hear of that wouldn't help you at all of a sudden come out like ants or crickets. They're not crickets, ants or anything else coming through the cracks. Oh yeah, they all come out when there's a bunch of money. Yeah, it's all about people. It's LAZY. There's a lot of, unfortunately, lazy people out there. That's unfortunate, but that's just the way that's the way humans are. Oh, 40's asking me, Mr. Joe, you can just call me Joe. That's very sweet of you. Do you have any business cards with your YouTube channel on it? I don't. My mother has touted me about that, getting business cards, and I thought about getting them. It's not that hard. You can get almost anybody you can go off the internet and just get them, print them up, have someone print them off to you. I just don't know how much carryover you get with that, because people get infiltrated with that stuff all the time versus YouTube. If you just do a live like this, and you can get subscribers and people like that. That card, it's almost like it's one extra effort for people to do stuff. And nowadays on this platform, and I'm sure it's on any type of digital platform, people want access with the least amount of barriers or restrictions that they have. That's the reason why I'm hoping that with your branding, like Gary V, he's a big guy. I can't pronounce his last name. That's probably why he calls himself V. Very inspirational guy. I shout out to him. He will never see my stuff. He's multi-millionaire. That doesn't mean anything, but he's a busy guy. And I listen to his stuff, and It's all about branding, making sure that you guys come up with an icon, because I truly believe this. In the next 5 or 10 years, everything's going to be voice activated. I truly believe that. And it's going to be 10, might be 15 years, but it's going to be that point where you won't type into YouTube what you want to listen to. You'll just ask Siri or Bixby on whatever phone that you have, or any other of these automated, auditory type, avatar systems, and that's all it'll be. It'll be like, put me on the average Joe PT, and that's what it will come up as, and I will pop up hopefully. So it's all about branding, getting your icon out there, and I'm hoping that YouTube allows that your icon at some point on any platform, not platform or device, let's just say whether it's your phone, your tablet, your computer, or any device, that you can click on your icon and it will bring you up to your particular YouTube channel. Like right now, you can see my icon, but that icon only works on your computer or a tablet. I think it doesn't work on any other device, and I think they should start to allow that to happen. So 40's been using cards. Let me go ahead and scroll down here so I get everybody. Ink pens with my YouTube channel on it. Those would be cool. Merchandise ideas, yeah. Hatmaker, Ernie Hatmaker talks about that. Yeah, something that's cheap to make is something people will use. Like I said magnets, pens would be cheap to use and make, that would have your branding icon on it. I mean, if you can make a t-shirt that's cheap enough that people will use, I mean, it's got to be dirt cheap. You're going to have to, you figure if you can make a price point, it's got to be like $6 or $7. And I'm not sure you can get that price point down that low right now. Even if you could make your own logo yourself, if you could get a ton of cheap t-shirts out there, like $2 or $3, and you'd have to make your own logo yourself, so you'd have to have the machine and have to do it. I mean, if you could make it price point and then maybe make $1 or $2 off of the t-shirt, you might be able to do it that way. But to hire it out, you can't make any money off of that. Your price point's gonna be way too freaking high. People are gonna want to buy a t-shirt. At least me personally, people are gonna want to buy a $12 or $15 t-shirt with your logo on it right now. Not unless you're famous. Then you might. But even then, they're going to want to charge you $25 or $30 for it. Baseball cap, people can do that. That might be kind of cool. I don't know if you can make your price point low enough, but definitely pens, magnets, stickers. Stickers might be really cheap to do. I do have my YouTube. I did have it. I try to get it connected to LinkedIn because I do have a LinkedIn account just as a physical therapist. I don't see a lot of push on that, but I know Gary Vee talks about that a lot. He talks about TikTok. He talks about Snapchat. He talks about, and I'm on Instagram. I'm on Instagram and I'm on LinkedIn. But I don't see a lot of my stuff from LinkedIn because it's more professional business. And my stuff's kind of entertaining / good content, I guess, in regards to different treatment techniques versus just like if I just did the physical therapist and this is my business, as a physical therapist, I think that might be more towards LinkedIn's view. What do you guys think? So 40 says $20 for a box of 200 from Office Depot, and they are done the same day if you order them. Yeah, I have 4 t-shirts that I wear whenever I can. My own walking billboard. You have to wear your stuff first to get the hype up. Then offer them for sale. Oh, hey, James. Hi, James. Thanks for coming, yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's why I started wearing my shirts myself. I got like 4 or 5 of them and start to wear on my videos when I can or when it's appropriate to. But I know if I tried to sell that T-shirt that I wear, I bet you I probably would have to sell it for probably $18 at least. And I'm not sure how many people are gonna want to buy that for $18. You know, and that probably would be at cost. I probably would not make a dime off of that. Literally, probably not 10 cents, because Kamisha, the pretty girl that would have to make them, she'd make them in bulk. Yeah, that would probably cost me. You know, I'd have to, you know, whatever she would make them for, and then I'd have to sell them and shipping and everything. I bet you it would probably be 18 bucks when it was all said and done.
Or, as people will say, slip disc, degenerated disc. I have DDD, degenerated disc disease.
Yeah, I like that. My channel's infotainment. I never thought of it like that, but gosh, I'm stealing that for you. I'm stealing that from you. I'm pulling it right out there. So if you take me to court, I'm probably gonna lose. Yeah, it's definitely infotainment. I'm using it from now on, girl. Thank you so much. It's infotainment. Oh, thank you so much. It's true. I know that word's been used before and stuff like that, and you just brought it up to my brain in the forefront. Yeah. Okay, I'll try it. I got to get a hold of Kamisha and see what she can give me for a price point, and go from there and see what the actual process is for me to. If I obviously at this point I'd have to do it on PayPal. I do have a PayPal account. I'd have to do it through that, and because obviously I'm not monetized yet through YouTube, and I think you have to have 10,000 subscribers to sell merchandise on YouTube, which is, to do that venue or avenue or however you want to call it, which I think is just absurd. 10,000 subscribers to sell merchandise. Who the heck came up with that idea? Obviously it was somebody, corporate YouTube, some analyst thought of that idea. I don't know. I think if you can sell merchandise, whether it's 1,000 subscribers or 5,000 or 10,000, I mean, it's not on them at all. It's all on you. You have to buy the stuff and market it yourself. So, but anyways, yeah, I think I'd have to go through PayPal. That would be secure for the person that's buying it as well as me. So that's nice that that platform already exists. We'll see what I'll shout out to her and see what she can do. Obviously, with all the stupid virus stuff going around right now.
No, I talked about last time on just chronic back pains what the discs really are. They're just kind of like these cushy things, all right? And they separate the body, or what we call the vertebral.
Yeah, 4K is all you need to be monetized. But I think to sell merchandise on YouTube, I thought it was 10,000 subscribers. Am I wrong? 40 entrepreneurs going to go check for us to see if it's 1,000 subscribers or if it's. James Cantonese says it's 4,000 is all you need to sell stuff. Is that 4,000 subscribers or 4,000 watch hours? Yeah, I thought so. It's 10,000 subscribers.
And that X-ray is just going to clear you of any type of fracture.
Hats, phones, cases, or any one of 20 different merchandise items that make sense for their channel. Yeah. I thought it was 10,000 subscribers. That's fine though, because you can definitely, if you have, let's say you have your 1,000 or 300, whoever, you got, and you got a box or whatever stickers or whatever you want to sell, you can literally just throw it up there during your video or during a live like I'm doing and saying, hey, I have this, if you guys want to go ahead and purchase this, I'm going, here's how you can do it through PayPal or whatever. I mean, I know there's a couple tarot card reader people. That's how they're making money when they're not even subscribers yet. What they're doing is they have their PayPal account up, and when they get the money into their PayPal account, which is instant, they're going ahead and making money through that way. So, hi Janelle, thanks for coming. You guys can go ahead and connect if you want. I think there's 8 or 9 in the channel right now. We're kind of talking a little bit now about how to make money on YouTube and all the kind of the ways that you can and ways that you can't do it depending on if you're monetized or not. But my initial channel was talking about my last video, and which was this one, wasn't my last. This one was 2 or 3 months ago that I did this. And going over that, we talked about that for a little bit. Now we're kind of moved off into this realm.
I'm going to give you a donut, but it's really not the donut. But if you look at the actual nerves, there are no nerves within the disc space itself. All right.
So James, yes, you can sell whenever if you have a link, but you can't get merchandise shelf under your video until 10,000. Yeah. Yep. 40 entrepreneurs, 100% correct. Yeah, that's how people. I guess Cash App. Yeah, that's another one too. I saw one person doing that. But you can do it like that. I don't know what's going to happen tax-wise. I think if I start that, I want to know what my legality is in regards to taxes, because that's considered income. And since that is electronically tracked, that's no different than you writing a check out, paper check, and sending it to someone. That's tracked. So you better make sure that you got an LLC or something else behind you, because I mean that's a very slippery slope right off the bat. I probably want to talk to a lawyer, get an LLC, and then obviously whatever else I would do in regards to making sure that if I'm going to get separate income from some other income stream, I better make sure that I've protected my other sources of income.
In reality, the doctor knows that there's things called false positive in these images, and it can kind of give you an idea of, there could be something going on, or there's not. It gives
So 40 says you get the super chat at 1K, but of course YouTube takes a cut from that. Yeah, it's heavy too, isn't it? Like 60? It's like 60 or 70%. It's pretty heavy. Well, yeah, it's all a business. We just have to keep that in mind. Absolutely. Yeah, YouTube's not doing it for YouTube's sake. And it's free. I mean, this is all free. I mean, for reality, the mechanism, the platform system is all free. But the time that you spend to educate yourself, all these models, the cameras, the phones, everything else is not free. Brown-Eyed says, Entrepreneur says, I sell on eBay, and from what I learned, once your profit hits 20,000, you need to start claiming it. I don't know if it's the same for YouTube. Brown-Eyed says, as long as you don't make over a certain amount, they don't bother you. With Cash App, the money is sent like from a friend, so you don't mix business with friends and family. Oh, okay. Yeah, anytime you mix money with friends, you're in trouble. Unless they get something out of it. That never goes well, because I always looked at it this way. If you give money to a friend or family, consider it gone. Don't consider it as a loan, because if you do, slave to the lender, or whatever Dave Ramsey in Proverbs talks about. changes the mechanism of your friendship. So you give $100, consider that $100 gone. Oh, I'm down to 4. I lost a few people. Oh no, I'm down to 3. We dropped out heavy. It lost 5 people. Oh, back up to 6. So 40 says exactly Brown Eye Trucker. So you guys are on the same page. I have personal PayPal and a PayPal for my YouTube. Same with my Cash App. What is PP? PayPal account. And a separate bank account. Yeah, you definitely want it. Yeah, for your cash flow for your channel, you definitely want it separate so you don't get confused with your bookwork. Yeah, that's a smart idea. And then you can realize at the end of the year, all right, it's going to be 20, 30%, 40%, whatever you're going to get, whatever your tax is from the good old federal government and state level, because that's all income. You're going to have to pay taxes on that. So you already assume if you made $100 in your account, 40 of it's gone, so you've made $60 for the year. Yeah, you don't. If you make $100 on YouTube or PayPal or Cash App, you better make sure that you didn't make $100. You probably made 50 or 60 or whatever it is, because wherever country you're in, they're coming for their cut, so to speak. What was it there years ago? Wesley Snipes, the famous actor that did all those vampire movies, the Blade movies, and a bunch of other stuff. When he did his movies overseas and he came back to America and thought he wasn't going to have to pay taxes because he made the movies in another country and to pay his taxes, well, guess what? He went to jail. You pay your taxes, boy. You're going to jail. You better be paying it, boy, because Uncle Sam wants his cut. Bonnie Rose in the house. Hi, Bonnie. Bonnie's in the house. Yes, go ahead and connect. We're doing okay. We were talking about revenue streams for YouTube when you don't have 4,000 hours, or if you do have 4,000 hours, what kind of money you might get, because advertisement-wise, you're only getting pennies on the dollar for a thousand views, you know, or you have to have 10,000 subscribers before you can even sell any the merchandise shelf on YouTube. And so we were talking about that. My initial part of this actual live stream was talking about my video that you can see up in the corner that's playing. That was about the disc problem, and I made that content about 2 months ago now, and how I've evolved over time. We were talking about different ways to make your video and how you want to each time, you know, add a little bit more and then look at your analytics over 5 or 10 videos and see how well adding that little extra whatever you did improved, hopefully. Or if it didn't improve at all, get rid of that and try something else, because you don't want to waste your time if it isn't improving either your subscriber count or them watching your video for a long time, or having YouTube with your click-through rate improve, or how many hits that YouTube is sending your channel out to. Yeah, taxes are going to be crazy this next year. I think a lot of people on unemployment, I don't know what it is now, cheapers 4% of the U.S. I'm just talking about the United States. Obviously, I know not everybody's in the U.S. of A. But yeah, I mean, if you don't make as much, you don't get taxed as much. So I think the overall revenue this year is going to be a lot less, at least for the American government, because obviously taxes are less. I think a lot of people are going to be going bankrupt. A lot of these small businesses where the government is giving out loans. You can give out a loan all you want, Uncle Sam, but if people can't pay it back, I mean, the reality is people have lost, and we're in the midst of this. Who knows? I've heard some rumors talk about mid-May before this virus really starts to make a turn for the better. It's scary out there. A lot of people, a lot of healthy younger people are dying from this. Forget don't forget, but we all knew the elderly, but the initial stuff coming out of China was it was the elderly, people had immune compromise or comorbidities like diabetes and blood pressure, stuff like that, or heart problems. Those were the people that were getting hit, but this virus is wiping through even the young people. Kids, 20s, 30s, 40s. I'm a healthy young adult. I'm in my 40s. I exercise, I eat right. I don't have any comorbidities. I get this thing. It's dangerous. I get sick, and this thing could kill you. Killing a lot of people, intubating a lot of people. A lot of people that normally would get sick, and they would fight through it and be fine. This thing is killing them. So yeah, it's interesting what's going to happen this year. Ernie's talking about, I just hit 23 of your 23. Woo! I'm 15 of 65 for you. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Wow, you're the best. I'm stopped by your way after the live stream. Are you enjoying the videos? I'm giving time at the moment. I have to go back to further introspect after the live.
Alright folks, so I just got done explaining to you about the different exercises that you can do for at least a short period of time to see if it starts to reduce those symptoms that you're having from a bulge or a herniation, alright? Now, like I talked to you before, you don't want to do this type of exercise.
Yeah, it's very nice what you guys are all doing. Yep. I think I watched 3 or 4 of Trucker's videos so far. Something like that. I've watched a bunch of them.
So, as always, don't forget, put some comments. Alright, I think next time...
Yeah, YouTube bots. Thank you so much. Yeah, any type of numbers, subscribers, connect, all these basic phrases, but I notice a lot of my stuff, not my stuff, but people's stuff when they come and look at mine, they're in my YouTube spam box because they're just putting hello or hi, connected or subscribed or I watched your stuff, and that's what their comments, and so they're going right into my spam box, or they probably didn't even watch. They watched probably 30 or 40 seconds of my video. Excuse me, and then they put that kind of comment on there, and it's just going right in your spam box. So I've had to look through my spam box, and so I cleared them all out yesterday. I think I had like a total like 140 of those all together that I went through. And some people never even came back, so, I looked at their stuff, and some of them hadn't put up anything in 2 or 3 weeks. So I gave a nice comment, but I never heard back from them.
Physical therapist, and I've been around for quite a few number of years. I don't want to give it away, but if you see my intro to the actual channel, it gives you a pretty good idea how long I've been doing this.
Well, thank you, Bonnie. I'd love if you ran my playlist. I think when I put the one under entire playlist, I think I have my live streams on those on top of it, because you figure if I have probably 50 videos and you figure most of them are like 10 minutes, 8 minutes long. It's not very long, all together. But with my live streams are an hour and a half, 2 hours long. So maybe altogether I might have, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours, hard to tell. I appreciate whatever you guys can do. It's very nice of you. If you guys want me to go ahead and watch your guys' playlists, just give me a shout out here and I'll write them down.
Having this happen to you again. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So stay tuned. Here we go. All right, folks. So let's talk a little bit about anatomy for a second. I don't want to bore you to death, excuse me, but I at least want to get us all on the same page so we can at least figure out what's going on. So I'm going to take down Mr. Handy Dandy Spine here for a second, kind of give us a better view of what's really going on. All right, and so we're just going to...
Yeah, I mean, I played with the fact of doing, like, you know, some of my videos are 5 and 6 minutes long. I noticed the sweet spot for people to watch probably 40 or 50% of my video is probably 5 or 6 minutes long. But I noticed by the time I start putting like a quick intro, Scully stuff, the two characters, the Dr. Know-It-All and Cool Cats, I putting their stuff, and then my disclaimer. I mean, I'm already at 7 minutes, you know, so and then if I do my content's probably another 3 minutes. So my videos on the average right now are probably 9, 10, 11 minutes, somewhere right around there, 9 to 11 minutes. And so even when I cut back and I edit and stuff like that, that's basically what mine are at this point. All right, Brown Eye, I'm going to write you down as on my playlist. Brown Eye playlist. So this is my playlist I have to watch.
Horse's tail. So apparently when they figured this stuff out a long time ago, long before I existed, it looked like a horse's tail, and so that's what they called it. But it sure sounds funny in another language.
Let's see here. Let me go back here a second.
Now, I talked about last time on just chronic back pains what the disc really are.
I'm looking at your banner. So 40 says the banner looks good. Bonnie Rose. Bonnie Rose, your channel is awesome. Did you do your channel background yourself? Thank you, 40. Bonnie says. Bonnie Rose. Super short so I can watch them all now. My playlist will help out in the future. Yeah. Them all now on my other laptop. But a playlist would help. Yeah. Definitely playlist absolutely helps. There's no way to get your 40 hours, 4,000, excuse me. There's no way to get your 4,000 watch hours without doing lives or playlists. There's just no way. Not unless you've been doing YouTube for, you know, a couple years and you have a huge bank of videos that people are continuing to watch. But then YouTube put that disclaimer, they do the last 12 once. So, you know, they get you on that. So, yeah, you got to do lives. There's just no way around doing lives or playlist, a large playlist for people to watch to get those 4,000 watch hours. It's just impossible.
Also, maybe the height of the bones, it'll show them if they're less or if they're more. You know, kind of
Brown Eye says, oh my God, can you help me better my channel, please?
no ligament damage, no tendon.
Bonnie says, I'm learning also. We're all learning, y'all. I mean, as we go along, we're just learning and trying to get our content better.
So, an HNP or herniated nucleus.
And 40's asking, are you a small biz, Bonnie Rose?
Basically, if you looked at it, a live disc,
Or are you reposting? No judgment here, just curious.
consistency of
Got Z Queen TV coming on in.
degenerated
Hi, Z Queen.
is normal. It's a normal response. Degenerative disc should have never been called a disease.
Coming in, connecting here with Z Queen.
Now it scares everybody to death when you hear the word disease. It's a
I got 10 in the house right now.
You can have symptoms with it, or you might not have any symptoms with it. But rest assured, if you have degenerative disc disease, which a lot of people have,
You guys want to connect? That would be awesome if you guys like their stuff.
symptoms, right? It's a natural response.
I know another really two smart things that I've started doing that I've been doing probably the last couple of weeks
You do have some bad symptoms.
is YouTube is kind of cut up into sections. And what I mean by that, it's almost naturally cut up. It's not intentionally cut up. So time zones. So people watching in certain time zones, that's one little artificial cut up. Language barriers, that's a nice little cut up. So if you can go into different languages. and getting your content into other time zones, other languages, and also genre. If you want to watch people that do trucking stuff, or like, excuse me, Brown Eyes doing, or stuff like I'm doing, more educational based or infotainment, as I stole that comment from my new Wonderful Girl 40 Entrepreneur Drive. Or like people doing scratch offs or RV trucking stuff. You got to get your content into different platforms or content creator platforms, so you're branching yourself out. I think that's a nice thing to be able to do if you can.
Try and get an MRI and see what's going on. Why the heck isn't this person getting any better? And so that MRI can do a couple things. Okay, it's the magnetic resonance image is what it stands for. Essentially, it's going to show.
Yeah, reaction videos are tough. And what I saw the program yesterday on Nimmons. I watched some of his stuff. I've been a subscriber for him for a while. He's a big content creator. I don't know, 400,000 subscribers, and he was on there with a bunch of other guys yesterday. And the one guy talked about these reactional videos. They're going to be either, a lot of them are going to be cut down, or they're going to become demonetized, because you're basically stealing someone else's other content, whether it's the video themselves or the music that they're providing. It's copyright infringements. It's no different than if you started playing. You're playing someone else's music or someone else's video, and you're making money off of it. That's no different than Milli Vanilli stealing someone else's music, or Vanilla Ice. Ice Ice Baby, dum 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 diddy dum dum. I mean, you stole that from Queen and David Bowie. And so, yeah, it's just a matter of time before, if you start stealing someone else's, music or someone else's video, if you become making any money, yeah, they're going to hit you with those monetized stuff. Copyright, boom, right off the bat. And the bigger YouTube gets, the more people start making more money. And this new platform that YouTube did with, Snapchat, Super Chat, video making money, stuff like that. I think people are going to lose a lot of money doing that. You can't, unless you're doing what I did, which is I go on to music websites that I either buy their content that I can use on my own, or the music is free. It's the only way you're not going to get a copyright strike. That's right, Average Joe's Infotainment. Yeah, Ernie says, that's why I don't monetize my shoutouts, because 80% of my videos is someone else's content. Yeah, Epic Sounds and YouTube audio. Yeah, you can do Epic Sounds, YouTube's audio library. Their audio library's all right. My thing is, I want to do sounds and stuff that you're not going to see in other people's videos. So I use Ben Sounds, and like I said earlier, and that stuff is free, as long as you put in the comments where you got it from. You're not going to get a copyright from them. They even put it on their video. They even have it on their website. And they do have music that you can buy, specifically a certain song, or you can buy a monthly subscription. I think I probably will end up doing a monthly subscription once I start doing, once I get monetized. I've been using Ben Sounds for a while now, but I think that's the best approach that I can use. Or you can make your own sounds. I mean, you could do that and then just put it into your videos. Like I use Adobe's After Effects and Adobe's Premiere Pro is what I use for my videos. Oh yeah, 40 saying I'm on 15 of 65 for you. Thank you so much, 40. That's very sweet of you. This thing keeps scrolling me back. I don't know why. Ernie says there is a 40 says there is a way you can do it. You just have to go and be creative with it and use very small amounts of change in it such a way that it's not as recognizable. Like crop it in a filter, cover it and speed it up or slow it down and maybe blur stuff out. X-Ray ladies in the house. Hi, X-Ray.
And so I'm going to go over with you just some basic exercises. All right, one of them is Robin McKenzie. God rest her soul, they passed away, but they passed on the information.
Yeah, what I do with mine is I use Adobe Premiere Pro, and so I'm able to cut. Now, my music is free, and it's not copyright strike, so it's on Ben Sounds, but I mean, you can in Adobe Premiere Pro. I can, and I have done this, and I continue to do it. I cut up the music and make it, you know, whatever I'm trying to accent or, you know, kind of really put out in the forefront. You know, before you actually see the picture, I might make the sound or make the sound with the picture to kind of complement one another. Is what I've been trying to do lately. I'm not good at it. I'm just trying to get better at it. Bonnie Rose, your playlist is done and it's playing in a loop. Hey, 40, do you want me to play your playlist? Yeah, X-Ray Lady, she's wonderful. She's a subscriber of mine. I don't know if she has any content, but if she likes your stuff, she definitely will subscribe to it. At least I would think. I don't want to put my foot in my mouth. You know, I'll let her speak for herself. But yeah, I'm not sure if she's a content creator, but she definitely does watch some content. I wish she watches some of my stuff. All right, 40, I'll be watching your 40's on there. 40 Entrepreneur. Number 2. And then I'll watch Bonnie. I know Bonnie wants me to probably watch her stuff. X-Ray Lady says she doesn't. Yeah, I didn't think she had any. I didn't look, but I didn't think she had any content. So she is a real person. She's not, you know, she's not a fictional character or anything like that. So it isn't like this is some sort of fake person. Trust me, they're real. And so, anyways, I don't know what else I'm trying to say, but. Got 10 in the house right now, not doing too bad. Hit a thumbs up or thumbs down if you like it or if you don't like the live stream. Entrepreneur, you're funny. Yep, Brown Eyed says giggles. There's a little bit of that thud. I hope to be able to get that out of that video because the future ones that I play on the background, I think I'll hopefully I can get that background noise out of there and be able to play that music or play the sound, excuse me, at the same time. But there's a little bit. There's a little bit of that thud. I hope to be able to get that out of that video. I'm sorry if you got some reverb or it might even be called what I back in the day would call reverb, but let's see if I can get it figured out. Oh, I got here, 40 says, Brown Eye Trucker, yours just started over too. It's 6. It's at 6 again. Apparently, you need me to come shopping with you and need help. Ben X-raying 18 years and just love my job. X-ray lady 18 years, she just loves her job.
Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell. I'm going to be doing these 3, 4, 5 times.
Brown Eye says, I'm so comfy at home. I don't want to go to work tomorrow. Yeah, not only that, you don't want to catch this freaking plague that's out there, that virus. I mean, everybody get your immune systems as strong as you possibly can. Exercise, work your lungs. Get them as healthy as you possibly can because this virus attacks your freaking lungs. If you smoke, stop smoking. If you vape, stop vaping. As Hulk Hogan used to say, little Hulksters, take your vitamins. Get your immune system as strong as you possibly can. So if you catch this godforsaken thing, you'll be able to come out the other side. They don't even know. I mean, I was watching some YouTube video on it. They don't even know what the heck is going to, maybe X-ray lady can tell us. Is this thing going to scar your lungs afterwards? Have some scar damage since this thing attacks your freaking lungs so bad? If you, God forbid, you can get to the other side of this. I'm sure there's got to be some permanent lung damage to this damn virus that people get. It's got to give you some scar tissue afterwards. So I would expect, especially if you, heaven forbid, you got to get put on a freaking life support machine. 40 says she's been taking her vitamins. Conveniently enough, all of this being at home has me cooking daily and eating healthy again. Oh, hey, Lisa. Lisa's in the house. Oh, Lisa. I haven't seen Lisa in a while. Hi, Lisa. Lisa. Hi, girl. I haven't been over her place in probably 2 or 3 weeks. I probably need to go watch some of her stuff. She's she does like bins and stuff like that. She could probably tell you better than I can. I'm fumbling with my words right now. But she goes, does all these, like I think she did. Well, geez, before the virus, I think she'd go to these different places where you can buy stuff, flea markets and open box places and stuff like that, storage bins. But a lot of those places, I would bet, are probably closed down.
Hopefully make yourself feel a little better and get rid of the pain a little bit. So today's discussion is going to be about the spine and what's a herniation, what's a bulge, what's a rupture, what's a fragmentation, all these different terms that can be thrown out, or as people will say, slip disc, degenerated disc. I have DDD.
Yeah, X-ray lady says that, yeah, a lot of these patients with COVID-19, their lungs are so bad. Yeah, I bet. Even healthy lungs like mine, I don't smoke, I don't have any comorbidities, no medical history of lung problems, nothing like that. I exercise. My O2 levels are probably 98, 99% most of the time. I mean, people even healthy like me get this thing and killing them. It's getting them intubated and everything. It's pretty wild. It's such a new virus. The researchers just don't know. They don't know enough yet. Oh, I got 12 in the house. What? Hit the thumbs up or thumbs down if you like it or hate it. Hopefully next time I'll fix the thud on the sound, since I have 2 sound things coming in at the same time, my old video, as well as me actively in live stream.
Now these are called your spinal processes. Okay, don't really need to know all that, but at least it kind of gives us a frame of reference of what we're talking about. And so if we turn you to the side, or turn Mr. Spiney here to the side, you've got these little green things. Now these green things are representing.
Ron Eye says, X-ray related. This is so sad. Be glad when this passes over all of us.
It makes us move, makes us do everything. It sends all the signals to all parts of our body.
Yeah.
All right, but
It's going to kill a lot more people before it gets better. And that's the only bad part. And that's just statistics and research. And just that's how viruses work, man. They come through and they're just wipe everything out. Kind of like a storm or hurricane or tornado coming through. And there's going to be a lot of unfortunate people. So it's very sad. It's getting healthy. It's getting us sick. It's getting everybody. I didn't even notice that extra sound until I turned the volume up. Yeah, I gotta fix that. I don't know how to do it yet. I'll learn probably by next week, I hope.
So let's go ahead and just talk about the disc. Now, I talked about last time on just chronic back pains what the discs really are. They're just kind of like these cushy things, all right? And they separate the body, or what we call the vertebral body, or just the spine itself, all right? And they basically are absorption. They keep things from getting pinched in the nerves on the back. So also last time...
I'm in North Carolina, Lisa. Just below Raleigh. Question, any entrepreneurs in the room? I love to do biz, relate, collaborate. Joe, would you consider yourself an entrepreneur? I guess if you consider YouTube. But no, I don't have my own business at this point. I was working at the nursing home until about 3 weeks ago. I held myself up for that because of this virus and everything else. I work full time by someone else, but no, I don't have my own business.
You would like to is do an X-ray. And an X-ray is just going to clear you of any type of fracture.
Lisa says, okay, Joe, how is it there? Well, right now, I guess it's okay. We got a lot of people sick. We got, it's like you would normally see with anywhere else in the country. We got people sick. We got people living, and we got people not making it through it. It's exponential like everything else. It's going to go 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, and that's how it spreads. It's just that's math. Joe, inside the box you opened for the picture, in the picture video, there is a speaker in lock in the right hand corner. Just click the speaker.
It scares everybody to death when you hear the word disease. It's a normal process. People can have symptoms with it.
So Brown Eyed says, Joe, inside the box you opened for the picture-in-picture video, there is a speaker and lock in the right hand corner. Just click the speaker. Okay. So in the right hand corner, in OBS you right click on the media that is coming from the adjusted volume for there. So okay, so I have the media, which is that video, so I'm going to go to that. I'm going to right click it. Alright, and she says, coming from and adjust the volume for there. So I gotta go to properties probably. Nope, it's not under properties. How about if I go down to the disc? I can just adjust the volume a little bit more. Under advanced audio properties. Yeah, that's what I did before. And I got it all the way to negative 83 decibels, 94 decibels now. We'll see how it goes. You got it. negative 93, excuse me, 83 decibels, 94 decibels now. We'll see how it goes. You got it. Yeah, you're right. I got that. I got the volume so low you can't even hear it.
So let's talk a little bit about anatomy for a second. I don't want to bore you to death, excuse me, but I at least want to get us all on the same page so we can at least figure out what's going on. So let me take down Mr. Handy Dandy Spine here for a second, kind of give us a better view of what's really going on.
Yeah, you're
all
right.
And so we're just going to look at the lower back here. So for instance, so we got our hips, or some people will call your pelvis, all right? And so if we look at the backside of someone, now someone who's really skinny, you can see these little protrusions out the back. Now these are called your spinous processes, okay? Don't really need to...
Yeah, I think you're right there, Brown Eye Trucker. I never thought of that. That's pretty good. If you don't want to hear the random chat and you just want to listen to the video. But there's that weird flutter noise in there. And I don't know where that flutter noise is coming from, but I'll have to figure it out. Yeah, I think you're right there. I got 9 in the house right now. That's awesome. Thank you all for coming. I do my lives on Sundays as well as Wednesdays. Wednesdays is more of a technical, like, trying to understand a particular problem that you might have, whether it's the shoulder or whatever body part that we're talking about. And then my Saturdays obviously are the shows that you guys all see. Entrepreneur says it's the interference, yeah. And I don't know where the interference is coming from, whether it's because I unplugged my speakers so I wasn't getting the interference from my speakers. I don't know if where we're getting it from, but I'll try and figure it out. Is it the speaker close to the fan on your computer? Maybe that's where you're hearing it. Maybe. I mean, I had the speaker literally unplugged from the back of the computer. So, okay. Your power cords need to be kept separate from your microphone in your camera setup. Look at videos on interference. Thanks for coming, X-Ray Girl. Good luck at the birthday party. Make sure you keep your distance. Well, I know my camera's pretty far away from me, so I don't think it's that. That's kind of a cool icon. That's right, social distance. Cover your mouth. Wash your hands. Use rubbing alcohol. 60% or greater percentage-wise. Yeah, it's one of those things we do the best we can, keep ourselves protected the best we can, and hope for the best. Brown Eyed Trucker is doing the dab. So what do you haul there, Brown Eye Trucker? Are you hauling toilet paper? What kind of merchandise are you hauling around in those trucks? Oh, elbow cough. Oh, I thought you were doing the dab. You got 7 in the house right now. Watching, learning. Any questions at all so far? Share me out. Shout me out. Oh, she says, I have medical supplies, food, tissue, everything we need right now. You got 9 in the house right now. Yeah, but yet the other drivers on the street are rude, are still rude to truckers. Yeah, they're crazy. Not only are they rude, but they do some nutty stuff that I've seen on some of the YouTube channels. Some of them they cut right in the front of the tractor trailer. I'm like, I mean, for me, you got to be out of your mind. I mean, that person could be tired. That trucker that has tons of of stuff behind them that they're hauling, and they can't stop that quick. And they hit you, they're going to be fine, but they're going to flatten you. They're going to probably kill you almost instantly, or at least get you really hurt. All right, I'm gonna start to play these playlists. I got Brown Eye Trucker, I got 40 Entrepreneur, and I got Bonnie. I gotta watch your guys's playlist and put them on play. The good thing is my computer can play probably 5 or 6 or 7 probably at the same time. So Brown Eye says, I saw all the time we need more commercials of how to drive around a semi instead of Kelly and Trojan commercials. KY and Kelly commercial. Yeah, right. Yeah, I can believe when I saw some of those commercials. Like, okay, yeah, it's either that or the magic blue pill. All right, folks. Well, I'm probably gonna I've got 12 going on my other laptop, and I can tell it's slowing down. I guess so. I need to learn how to make a playlist. Well, that's not hard to do. You can probably do it on your phone. What you can do is if you see the 3 dots next to your video, and you click on those dots, right click, and you can pull them into and make it says new playlist. You just click new playlist, and you have to type whatever you want the title of the playlist to be, and then you can go ahead and pull your videos into that playlist. But yes, you definitely need playlists. You should have. Well, I have one that's where all my videos are, as well as on my main channel page. I have playlists for shoulder. I got playlists for back. I got playlists for pain. You got to have all these, and make sure that when your screen populates, that someone can click on them immediately, because it's all about barriers. The less barriers you have for people to click on your stuff, the more likely they will probably click on your stuff. Bye, Brown Eyed. Yeah, I think I'm going to be ending it pretty soon too, so I can go ahead and start watching your guys' playlist. So I want to thank you all for coming. Got my live coming on Wednesday, barring everything's good with the virus and everybody's feeling great. So I'll be doing a live stream on Wednesday, probably 5:30, 6 o'clock. And that's Eastern Standard Time, so look up for that. And we'll go from there. So, all right, I will see you guys next time. All right, see you all Wednesday. You can go watch some of those videos that you guys have been making.